You know me, and I'm a lot of things, but am I crazy?
You know, it's one thing to treat us this way. It's another thing to do it to your fans.
She's not a fan. This is a termite.
You should have just let me hit her.
Boy, I didn't know you could get that loaded.
I think we should have just taken the cake. I mean, who knows the next time he'll ask us.
But he was drunk. You really think he was talking about a job?
But you live with your mother.
Jason's coming from here.
Yeah, he's in there. Okay.
We are coming too. All of you wish to go to the ship? Yes, we wish to go to the ship. You see, we work together. Or not at all. Wonderful. The commander had me continue transmission in case you changed your mind. Protector, requesting 4 interstellar...
Me too.
5 pods for immediate departure. Guys, I look forward to meeting you all in person when you arrive at the ship. End transmission. Oh my god.
Anybody got any change?
Our most sincere apologies. We forgot about our appearance generators.
So you guys came. Who wants the grand tour? Anybody else?
That was a hell of a thing. What's wrong with that?
I don't know. Come on. That's right, guys. Just keep shaking it off. It gets better. Hey, try some gum. It helps. Well, the 23rd quadrant of the gamma sector. There's a map from the corner. I'll show you. Come on.
Welcome, my friends.
What's going on, ladies and gents in Cyberland? Coming back to with another film review. This time we're on to another satire film. Galaxy Quest. So, at some point, I was at my grandparents', and a lot of these films I'm going through and realized I was at my grandparents' when I first watched them. But this was another one. And overall, it was just hilarious. Like, it was just comedic, but I felt it was stupid at times. And it wasn't until I got older that I started to realize, wait a minute, if I didn't know any better, I would say a lot of stuff in this movie was pretty much almost like making fun of Star Trek, but at the same time, it was like, it was almost kind of like read between the lines of certain scenes with certain actors, like implying, you know, these things actually did happen with the Star Trek cast of the original series. Like, there was a lot of drama, but they would play off of it in a funny way in this movie. And looking at everything now after decades of Star Trek, the original, and then they made the movies, but it seems to me like certain character interactions in this movie were pretty much playing on the fact of these incidents or these attitudes and egos that were going on between them actually happened with the original Star Trek cast, but you know, you think like, oh, it was, so you're implying Leonard Nimoy and William Shatner didn't get along or something. Like, no, but there was some drama, and they kind of play off of the drama behind the scenes and put it in this movie. Because now, after I've seen a good amount of Star Trek films and watched this, it's kind of like, it's like whoever made this movie, I forget who, they kind of know the drama that happened with Star Trek, so besides having just an adventure kind of story, they implemented a lot of the drama that happened, or played on certain drama situations to an extent that happened with the original cast. The film stars with Tim Allen, Sigourney Weaver. You know what? I gotta say, Sigourney Weaver has always been, and maybe it's because of Ghostbusters, but Sigourney Weaver has always been an attractive woman to me. I've never seen her in a film where she wasn't gorgeous. But I do prefer her kind of with the long hair, curly hair, or short, straight hair. I wasn't always a fan of her being like real short, curly hair. But the point is, she has always been a heartthrob, at least for me. I can't speak on other people, but I have always found this woman gorgeous, and she still is gorgeous to this day. Of course, she's, you know, a lot older after this film, but she has always been very, very pretty. And then we have the late Alan Rickman, I believe that was his name. He played Professor Snape. He was in Die Hard. We have him in here as well. And the film is pretty much just about Tim Allen, his character kind of being a dick and always wanting the spotlight for himself and acting like he was the main attraction for Galaxy Quest, the show. And he's kind of comes off like a has-been. The other actors just do what they can to just try to keep some money in their pocket because they're all like they've aged out kind of thing in regards to being on TV. And he ends up, Galaxy Quest ends up becoming kind of like this folklore, true hero story kind of thing. And these aliens need help, and they snatch the cast members up, not realizing that they're not real like star explorers kind of thing, space explorers. It's all for show. So that's pretty much like the gist of the film, where they're trying to help the aliens the best they can, even though technically they don't have any real experience. And then little by little they actually start becoming the characters who they were on their TV show. They actually really start becoming those people. And when I first saw it, it's just kind of like, this is stupid, but it's entertaining. But as I'm older, it's a really good film. It's kind of one of those things where these actors and actresses were put in a situation where they had no experience, and they literally, it was like a do or die. They had no choice. They kind of had to become what they were being represented in the television show, they had to step up to the plate because not only were these aliens' lives on the line, but their lives were on the line as well. And if they didn't do what needed to be done, they more likely were going to be killed. And that's what I really liked about the film, is that you got to see that where some of the actors and actresses, the characters may not have taken their roles that serious, but once they realized that people and aliens looked up to them and it was real serious, that they ended up becoming more than what they thought they could be, and they become more serious. So it was very interesting in that psychological aspect of it, but it was also entertaining. So my rating for the film, I would give a 9 out of 10 yes sirs. Nothing I didn't like. I thought it was, watching it now, it's funnier than when I was a kid when I watched it. So I definitely give it kudos for that. And then knowing certain things about Star Trek and the drama with that being exhibited in this film too was pretty funny. I would say if you are a fan of Star Trek, definitely check it out, because if you know certain things about Star Trek, not the movies per se, but the behind the scenes thing, it'll definitely kind of get represented in the film to an extent. But also, if you're interested in something that's just an adventure type film, sci-fi but adventurous and has comedy aspects to it, you can very well enjoy it. I did, and I still watch it from time to time. I think No, I wouldn't say the film is perfect, but I will say it was a great film. I loved it, and I think if you've never seen it, check it out. If sci-fi is not your thing, that's fine, but just check it out for the comedy part, because that's really where it shines for the most part. And yeah, with that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care.